Advanced Heroquest Gaming Aids. Hero Creation. The Bard. How sore sweet music is, when time is broke, and no proportion kept. Now, one of my first introductions to tabletop gaming as a child was Games Workshop's Talisman 2nd edition, back during the mid-80s. A great game that we've even played recently at the club. You get to play the usual D&D Tolkien-inspired archetypes. The dwarf, the warrior, the elf, the wizard, the bard. All very familiar to us as Advanced Heroquest players, of course. Oh, now hold on there a moment. There are no bards in Advanced Heroquest, are there? Bards, or their equivalent in whatever society they exist in, are part of the triumvirate, with both historians and storytellers that keep all societies, be they real or fictional, healthy and vigorous. And so I thought, surely they should be part of this game as well. A good party is the same as a good army. You need a blend of skills and strengths. You need an anvil to keep the enemy where you want them, a hammer to smash them, the ability to project power through ranged attacks, both focused and area effect, and you need both healing and skill support, also known as buffing, to elevate the skills of the heroes or warriors to more heroic levels and bind the party together. The 4 heroes provided in the original release of Advanced Heroquest cover most of the above niches. The knight provides the killing, the dwarf is the anvil, and the elf and wizard can strike at range, and the latter can also heal. There is also overlap between the heroes' roles to provide redundancy, but in broad strokes, that is the lay of the land. What there isn't, though, is any type of force multiplier. Someone who can bind the party, or an army, together to make them greater than the sum of their parts. On the battlefield, this can often be the general, a standard bearer, or a charismatic priest. In Advanced Heroquest, I believe the bard can fill that role. This is our attempt at creating a new character type. It is neither offensive nor defensive. It is purely a supporting character, and so may not appeal to many players. But for the consummate team player, it offers the potential to be both rewarding and exciting. The hero is very much a wizard-like character, and I see them as 2 halves of the same coin. In this video, we will begin by looking at how you'd make the character. Then, we will look at their special rules and limitations, and finally, strategies for playing them successfully. I shall also use this opportunity to give a brief overview of the character generation process, and, briefly, talk about a house rule we use during this process that may interest you. In order to make a bard, we need to begin by following the usual character generation procedure that can be found on page 42 of the Advanced Heroquest rulebook. Firstly, we will need to find out the race of our character. To do this, we roll a d12 and consult the table you can see here, or you may simply choose their race. For us, bards can obviously be any of these 3 races. There are no limitations here. Next, we need to roll for the characteristics of our bard using the table you can see here. Again, there are no limitations on the bard archetype with regards characteristics. We do employ a house rule for character creation that you may want to try out. We allow for up to 6 points of characteristics to be reassigned to different characteristics after they have been rolled for. For example, we might deduct 1 point off our strength and add it to our toughness instead. We use 3 caveats to prevent this getting out of hand though. Number 1. No characteristics can be increased or decreased by more than 2. 2. No starting characteristic can be higher than 10. 3. Fate points cannot be manipulated in this way. Next, we need to fill out the to-hit values on our character sheet using the tables you can see here. Next, we need to generate our starting gold that we can use to purchase equipment. To do this, you roll a d4 or a d12 result divided by 3, rounding up, and then add 1 to this, and then multiply that value by 10. That will give you a value between 50 and 80 gold crowns. Then, equipment can be bought from this costs table. The bard receives their instrument for free, but they do have a couple of limitations. 1. They cannot wear any armour heavier than leather armour, nor use a shield, as this would interfere with their ability to play their instrument. 2. They may not wield any two-handed weapons for the same reason. And 3. They may use ranged weapons, but only thrown weapons, such as knives or axes. Next, we need to work out how many damage dice the hero gets. Once a weapon has been purchased, we can then work out how many damage dice a successful hit from the hero generates using the following table and comparing it to the character's strength. Next, we need to turn our attention to songs. To make up for the limitations we just mentioned, bards have access to the following 12 songs, and each of these will have an effect in-game. The bard initially knows 2 songs. To generate these, the player rolls 2 d12s and consults the bard's songbook. The number on your dice tells you which song number you know. You have to re-roll a die if 2 numbers are the same though. Bards can learn a single new song in the Between Expeditions phase of the game at a cost of 150 gold crowns per song. Bards act exactly like all other heroes apart from one thing. They have a special action that only they can take. Instead of one of the normal actions that heroes can do, a bard may do something called perform a song. To do this, firstly, the bard must not move or attack. Instead, they must declare that they will perform a song and which song they will perform. This is the only action that they can perform that turn. In subsequent turns, the bard may change which song they perform. The effects of the song begin immediately. The song effects end as soon as any other action is taken or the model is attacked. Okay, so let's take a look at what songs bards can perform and what effects they have. 1. The Song of Heroic Deeds. The bard sings an inspiring song of the heroics of warriors past. All friendly models within earshot, which is 12 squares, gain a +1 to their close combat hit rolls whilst this song is being performed. This bonus can never cause a critical. 2. The Song of Might. The bard sings an inspiring song of mighty deeds. All friendly models within earshot, 12 squares, gain a +1 to their close combat damage rolls whilst this song is being performed. This bonus can never cause a critical. 3. The Song of Defiance. The bard sings a song of defiance in the face of adversity. All friendly models within earshot, 12 squares, can force an enemy to re-roll a single successful damage die once per turn, whilst this song is being performed. 4. The Song of Luck. The bard sings a jaunty jig about good luck. All friendly models within earshot, 12 squares, may re-roll fumbles whilst this song is being performed. A die may only be re-rolled once. 5. The Song of Ill Luck. The bard sings a dour dirge of ill luck. All enemy models within earshot, 12 squares, must re-roll successful critical hits whilst this song is being performed. A die can only be re-rolled once. 6. The Song of Resilience. The bard sings a stoic song of the indefatigable toughness of heroes past. All friendly models within earshot, 12 squares, gain a +1 to their toughness, up to a maximum of 12, whilst this song is being performed. 7. The Song of Speed. The bard sings an energetic, high-paced song. All friendly models within earshot, 12 squares, gain a +1 to their speed characteristic, whilst this song is being performed. 8. The Song of Concentration. The bard plays a song that focuses the mind. All friendly models within earshot, 12 squares, gain a +1 to their hit rolls with ranged weapons whilst this song is being performed. This bonus, though, can never cause a critical. 9. The Song of Discord. The bard sings a jarring, discordant song to distract the hero's foes. All enemy models within earshot, 12 squares, suffer a -1 to their hit rolls whilst this song is being performed. This can never cause a fumble, and it does not negate critical hits. 10. The Song of Stoicism. The bard sings a stoic song of fighting on despite injury. All friendly models within earshot, 12 squares, gain a saving throw whilst this song is being performed. Whenever a friendly model suffers a wound, roll a d12. On a 10 or more, that wound is negated. 11. The Song of Fire. The bard sings a ferocious song of fiery destruction. All friendly wizards within earshot, 12 squares, gain a +1 to their damage rolls caused by a magical attack whilst this song is being performed. This bonus, though, can never cause a critical. 12. The Song of Ice. The bard sings an icy, cold song of tragic death. All friendly models within earshot, 12 squares, gain a +1 to their damage rolls with ranged weapons whilst this song is being performed. This bonus can never cause a critical. Hopefully, it should be apparent that, if used well, the bard can be a very powerful piece for a party of heroes. But it will require some thought. They are fragile, and their buffs can easily be interrupted unless you keep them out of harm's reach. Here are a few pointers to help any prospective bards out there. Number 1. Keep your bard within earshot of the heroes. Heroes need to be within 12 squares to gain the bonus that the bard's singing gives. Remember, you don't count diagonally, and also be aware that closed doors and walls block sound. You will need to count out a path around them to see how far your song reaches. Number 2. Remember, the buff comes into effect as soon as the bard takes his action. Use this to your advantage. By going first with them and beginning to perform a song, your fellow heroes will immediately receive their buff. Unless your bard moves, attacks, or is attacked, your song will continue. You can change songs though. For example, you could buff a couple of characters with a +1 to hit with the song you started last turn. Then, in this turn, take your turn to start singing a different song, for example the Song of Speed. That could get your remaining heroes into combat faster. If you think carefully about when to take your action, you can maximize this character's efficiency and really help the rest of your party. Number 3. Your character does not have access to much armor, nor any of the more powerful weapons. So, if you use our house rule for reallocating characteristics points during character creation, it is probably worth investing in higher toughness to survive any fights you get into, and speed to get yourself the hell out of there as quick as you can if you do get into a fight. Okay, and that's almost it. As usual, there's a link in the video's description to download a free PDF of the rules for using a bard, so feel free to try them out. These are experimental rules, so any feedback or questions would be very much appreciated. Oh, and don't be surprised if you see a bard appear in our battle reports in the future. As always, may the dice gods bless your rolls.